The Middle East, a region steeped in history and conflict, finds itself once again teetering on the brink. Israel and Hezbollah, locked in a deadly dance for decades, have seen tensions flare in recent weeks. Hezbollah, a powerful Shiite militant group based in Lebanon, has long been a thorn in Israel's side. Born out of the turmoil of the Lebanese civil war and nurtured by Iran, Hezbollah is committed to the destruction of Israel. Their rivalry is not merely a border dispute but a clash of ideologies, a struggle for regional dominance. The latest round of violence threatens to ignite a wider conflagration with global implications. In the heart of Jerusalem, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces a critical decision. The prospect of another war with Hezbollah weighs heavily on his mind. Netanyahu, known for his hawkish stance on security, must navigate a complex web of political pressures. Domestically, Netanyahu faces mounting criticism from both the left and the right. Any misstep could lead to the collapse of his fragile coalition government. Netanyahu must strike a delicate balance, projecting strength while also pursuing a peaceful resolution. Across the border, in the Hezbollah-controlled suburbs of Beirut, Hassan Nasrallah, the group's charismatic leader, observes the situation with a calculating eye. Hezbollah, heavily armed and trained by Iran, sees itself as a vanguard in the fight against Israel and a defender of the oppressed. Nasrallah's rhetoric is fiery. His speech is often punctuated with threats against Israel. He paints a picture of Hezbollah as a righteous resistance movement, battling against Israeli aggression and Western imperialism. However, Hezbollah's motivations are not solely based on ideology. The group is deeply intertwined with Iran, its primary benefactor and a major player in the region. Iran views Hezbollah as a crucial ally in its proxy war against Israel, and a means to project its influence across the Middle East. Hezbollah's actions are carefully calibrated to serve Iranian interests while also advancing its own agenda. The group walks a tightrope, seeking to deter Israel and maintain its image as a regional power, while avoiding a full-blown conflict that could be devastating for Lebanon. Section 4. The American Role, Thanksgiving Deadline, and the Quest for Stability. Thousands of miles away in the halls of power in Washington, D.C., the Biden administration scrambles to avert a crisis. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, finds itself in a familiar role: mediator, peacemaker, and perhaps even power broker. The Biden administration, grappling with a myriad of foreign policy challenges, is eager to prevent another major conflict in the Middle East. The region, already riven by sectarian violence, political instability, and humanitarian crises, can ill afford another war. The Thanksgiving deadline adds a sense of urgency to the negotiations. The Biden administration, mindful of domestic political considerations, hopes to secure a ceasefire before the holiday, a time for Americans to come together and give thanks. A successful resolution to the crisis would be a significant diplomatic victory for the Biden administration, demonstrating its commitment to peace and stability in the region. Despite the urgency, numerous obstacles stand in the way of a peaceful resolution. Deep-seated mistrust between the warring factions, regional rivalries, and the ever-present threat of extremist groups complicate the negotiations. The Biden administration is aware that any misstep could lead to a prolonged conflict, further destabilizing the region. Potential outcomes range from a fragile ceasefire to a comprehensive peace agreement, but the path to either is fraught with challenges. The administration remains cautiously optimistic, knowing that the stakes could not be higher. Public opinion back home plays a crucial role in shaping the administration's approach. Americans, weary of endless wars and foreign entanglements, are watching closely. Meanwhile, the international community is also keenly observing the developments. Allies and adversaries alike are assessing the United States' resolve and its ability to broker peace. The response from key global players could either bolster or undermine the administration's efforts. The Biden administration is navigating a complex web of expectations and pressures, both domestically and internationally. As the deadline looms, the world watches with bated breath. The quest for stability in the Middle East is a daunting challenge, but it is one that the Biden administration is determined to tackle. The stakes are high and the potential for a breakthrough is within reach. Now, more than ever, a concerted effort from all parties involved is essential. The path to peace is never easy, but with determination and diplomacy, it is achievable. Let us all hope for a future where peace and stability prevail not just in the Middle East, but around the world.